What up, guys? Your boy Just King ZA. Welcome back to the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, second episode with my brother, Maintainias here. And yeah, we're gonna discuss a couple of things, but for now, it's just gonna be this one topic. We're basically talking about white people in South Africa who are looking for refugee status in the US. Where's that? Where did it end up? So we don't. I personally, I don't believe that white people they need to leave South Africa or they're going to leave South Africa. I feel like it's just some people. Some of them are just racist. So yeah, we just want to talk about that. That what white people are. They already have everything they need in South Africa. So before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to the platform so that the platform can grow.
Yeah, subscribe, and like the video, okay?
Yeah. So here's my brother. What is your opinion on white people, and do they need to leave South Africa? What is your opinion?
One thing I always ask myself.
Yeah.
One thing I always ask myself is this: why does it always have to be about race? I mean, I understand the world is changing, and I understand that there were colonialism and all that took place in the past, and there was apartheid and all that, and division and whatsoever. But I think the main problem that I have with the white and the black, the yellow, the Indian, the whatever, is the fact that even the government promotes this type of agendas. But we are a new generation, actually. I don't think we should be looking at anybody's color.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think we are not supposed to be looking at who's white and who's black, who's yellow and who's green.
Yeah.
Everyone born from 94 and up, even before, no, in fact, anyone who did not undergo through apartheid should not even be talking about color. That's my opinion, right? So the fact that we got to a point where there was this say or this rumor or whatever that was where people of white, I don't even want to say white. You see how this is? Because the moment I say white, it's more like I'm drawing a line. I'm drawing a line to say there is this and there is that. Because I don't want to do that, right? But then the fact that took place and then we found that taking place, I think the most important thing throughout of that is the fact that I believe the adults, the people who lived in apartheid times, are the ones behind the wheel, right? I think those people are the ones behind the wheel, because I do not think a white child born 90 or 94 or somewhat like that could be in a point where they want to divide themselves from the rest of the world, to say, I'm white and you are black, stay away from me. Do you understand? I believe the adult group, they are the ones who push these types of agendas. They're the ones who push division. One of the greatest strategies that the devil uses is to divide and conquer.
Exactly.
So the fact that we are putting lines and drawing this and drawing that, these are the divisions that are made to conquer us. So I believe that the fact that the white people did not go away or to go to the US, how do you just pack up your bag and leave your businesses? I heard that people who left are not even farmers. So let's say I have a land, I have 1,000 hectares or whatever land I have, it's still functioning. I'm farming, I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I've got cows, sheep and whatsoever. How do you just come and say, I'm giving you a refugee status, go and be a refugee in my country? and I'm supposed to just leave all these things here.
Hey.
And go and be taken care of by a certain government there.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Because also, there was one guy who said he's a farmer, but he said he's leaving his mother behind and his dogs. Said he's leaving his mother and his dogs behind and his business. He will sell the business. And then there was another white lady. She said she's leaving a business and a farm behind. It does not make sense why you can do that.
No one in their right mind could just leave their business unless they're running away from something. So for someone to say I dropped this and I dropped that, it could be just a lie. We don't know because
there's no proof.
There's no proof of anything. It's just word to word.
Yeah.
I did that, I left that, I said this, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So nothing can prove, no one can prove anything out of that. So the fact that these people are just out there and the government just received them just like that in the US also states that maybe the US is also not doing much effort to investigate and find the truth out of the people who came to their country.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say they try to accelerate in order to push their own stuff on their side. I do not know.
Yeah.
But these type of errors are not good and that they don't create a good image for anyone. In fact, I would say that each government or in any country should be trying to unite people, not divide them. So if my country is going through issues, you are not supposed to come into my country and say, okay, you are doing this to this type of group or you are doing that without facts, and then you just conclude and say we're bringing them out. How about you sit down with the government and say, respectfully so, we are hearing this and this and this and this, it is happening in your country. And as a people, as humans, we do not like these things. If they are happening, we would like you to tell us what's happening and then tell us what you need so that we can help you resolve this matter in your own house. Instead of coming in and say, okay, they are fighting, let's remove them. Removing them is further increasing the line of division among the people.
Exactly.
So the fact that they came and they were like, remove this and remove that, it's another line. So it's more like I'm taking my clothes and I'm just tearing it up. So it's more division. So even the younger group now, are looking at these stories and they'll be like, wow, so are we not the same with white and black and yellow and green and purple? So we're supposed to be divided actually.
Yeah. That's right.
So yeah, that's why I say they are the older group. They are not
people. Doing their job.
Yeah, they are not actually doing their job to unite the people. They're the ones who are tearing the country apart. Even if you look at the government itself, people in government, the older majority, the group that is older, they're the ones who keep saying white this, white that, black this, black that. But the younger group don't care about white or black.
They don't. They don't.
So
they are taught.
Exactly. Yeah. So that rotten tomato is causing all the tomatoes to rot.
Yeah. Because I heard someone also saying that it's possible that the USA is trying to take the white, the farmers from South Africa to America, so that they can go and farm for America. Because if you know America, they have a big problem with food. The food that they produce is fake food. They use this thing called GMOs. It's artificial things. That the plant, if you plant it, you cannot replant it. And it's full of whatever. So they've ruined their farming and agriculture things. But they know that Afrikaners, they are the best farmers. They are very good at farming, Afrikaners. I heard it's one of the strategies that they are trying to do.
Yeah, that would be one of the strategy or one of their agenda in the many agendas.
There's many agendas. Yeah.
In the many agendas that are available, that could be one of them.
Yeah.
But we would also look at the reason why they kicked out the Mexicans.
Oh yeah.
Those are the people who do cheap labor.
Cheap labor. Yeah.
And to farm, you don't really need any type of wisdom.
Yeah.
Because everything is in the textbook. So
yes.
if you have people who lead and people who provide cheap labor, you can do farming cheap. So it's I would say if the US wants to invest in farming, I don't want to go deeper into this, right? But then if they want to invest in farming, they have to stop division. Let me just say it like that and not say much, but they should just stop division. Dividing people. This thing of dividing people, where they see that group as violent, see that group as evil, see that group as rapist, see that group as thieves, see that group as what? That is, if maybe in the black community, the moment you say that group is this, that's where you cause, what do we call this? Tribalism.
Tribalism,
yeah. So now you're beginning to create this mindset of people have to fight against each other and all that. Now there is a strike going on in the US.
Yeah.
What do you think is causing the strike? Isn't it the fact that they're dividing people? So even people who are in the country legally are also on strike because people are getting kicked out. So the fact that the more you put division into place, you cause disorder.
Yeah.
And then when there's that disorder in place, people even get confused. Sometimes they forget why they are on strike
for. It's just some people on TikTok they call it rage baiting. They are just one people
you see,
rage.
You see, so people, you can go and say you're just doing a peaceful march. At the end of the day, it's going to be chaos everywhere. So what's the chaos doing in a peaceful march? So those type of things come when there's a lot of division. Because when you divide people, there are other people who also come in order to do some other agendas in the midst of those. So because remember, there's always two groups. Like in the US, there's this group and there's that group.
The left and the right.
Exactly.
Right wing,
so
left wing.
So people in government are opposed by people who are out of government. So when people, the general majority, the public, are doing something against the government in power, the government not in power can instigate something in order to say, look at them, they are not doing a good job. So there's a lot of things that take place when you allow division to come into play. So and then people just get confused. They forget what they're there. You can ask them, why are you here? Be like, I saw people and I just came and joined them.
No, I think it's a very good perspective, but I think we won't be doing justice if we end it without talking about this last point. What do you think about Trump's travel ban for 36 countries, including Nigeria and Zimbabwe? Nigeria and Zimbabwe, they are no longer allowed to travel to America. They have a travel ban. Plus, Trump has done his tariffs and all these things against all those countries, including South Africa. What do you think, what does this mean for Africa and African countries? Are the African countries, do they need to learn something from this? Are they being very bad there, doing bad things there? Just like what you would think in South Africa. What does this mean? What do we have to learn from this travel ban of 36 countries?
I say every country has got the right to do whatever they want. Right? So the fact that he decided to say, I'm closing my country out of the world, it's their choice. We've got, this is North Korea. Is it North Korea?
North Korea,
that's isolated. Is it North Korea?
I think it's South or... The one of that guy, that fat guy.
Yeah.
I think it's South
South
or
Korea.
North? I'm not
Between
sure.
the two,
Yeah.
between those two Korean countries,
Yeah.
there's a country that is isolated from the world. Between those two, I don't know if there's South or
Kim
North.
Jong-un.
Yeah,
Kim
so
Jong-un.
they have the right to isolate themselves. But I don't want to talk about the Korean countries, but I'm just saying they have the right to isolate themselves and to say who comes and who goes. Right? At the end of the day, as African people on our side,
Yeah.
we have to learn to do things ourselves and not depend on other countries. The moment you depend on other people and they close you out, you will feel lost, confused, and you won't know what to do. But if you can create a need for them to want you, then they will not close the door for you,
Yeah.
because they want something you have.
Yeah.
So as African people, we've got minerals and whatsoever that we have. The fact that we give to them to use freely
Yeah.
makes us useless, because we are not creating things and giving them the product.
Yeah. We're just
But-
giving raw material.
Exactly, we're just giving out something and then buying it again.
Yeah.
You give out gold and you buy gold back. So it's more like we are slaves of our own mind. How do I give someone a wool?
Yeah.
Right? I give them a wool at a price of 100 rand.
Yeah.
They send me a jersey at 1,000 rand.
Hey.
Why don't I just make a jersey myself in my country? Because I'm the one with the wool in my country.
Yeah. Just manufacture the product.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I want to invest in my country as Africa, I would say, okay, if we don't have the skill, let's just send people out to learn skills. Come back and create here and sell the final product. Right? That will make us useful to the world. But the world will see us as useless if we just go to their country. They will end up calling us criminals. We are there to steal, because they see us as poor.
Yeah.
They see poverty.
It's just
They see poverty, because poverty is what? Poverty is mindset. It's not what we have, it's the mindset. So if they're looking at us and they're seeing poverty, it's because they're seeing our mindset is poor. We're not thinking properly. We are dependent on someone to think for us.
and create for us.
And create for us. Instead of us just creating ourselves and selling the final product, making use of our mind.
And that is the best thing. That's the best thing to do. Like China, they create it for
Exactly,
yourself. You
yes.
want a car, create it for yourself.
They create.
Anything that you want, create it for yourself. They have your own brands, and then sell it to the world.
So the fact that they ban countries and that, I'll say they have the right to ban whatever country they want. At the end of the day, they are isolating themselves to be conquered by the devil. That's what I say, because the devil divides and conquers.
Yeah.
So the moment you see division, someone is dividing something to conquer something.
Yeah. Yes.
Someone is dividing something to conquer something.
Isolation.
Exactly. So it's isolation from the world. The moment you are isolated from the world, there is a conquering that is going to take place next. Because you cannot be conquered if you have people who can help you. Because the moment those people see that, remember, we depend on that country, we depend on the America. If they are going down, we will suffer. Let us go and help them, because they help us. But if you isolate yourself, you say you don't want anybody. Now we look and we say like, okay, this is what you want happening. Okay, go through whatever you want happening. Let us see if you will come out of the at the end of the tunnel.
No, I think. How long is it now? Okay, minutes. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Thank you.
No, guys, I thank you very much for inviting me at your show. And click the like video and the subscribe button to Just King channel. Just do that, okay?
Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Just King signing out.
Cheers.